Burrard's newcomers from the East. Paul Day, the pass to Randy Jones, beats Dallas Elliott 4-4 Burrard's and Lakers. Then Burrard's attack again. Dan Stroop passes back to Dean Stroop, and what a goal Dean comes up with. And it's Vancouver 5, Burnaby 4. Still in the second now. Dallas Elliott, the goaltender. The big heave-ho to Keith Collison. Keith Collison, the breakaway, the shot. Enormous save by Dave Corbar. It stays 5-4 with the score 6-5. Trevor Duke gets by 2. Burrard cuts in, beats Corbar. Lakers go on to knock off Vancouver 12-10.
Association season kicked off tonight with a new home and perhaps a new decade of whistles and bells. It's the Kearney Agrodome, new home of the blue, red and white Vancouver Burrards franchise. And they did it up right for the couple of thousand fans on hand. Alderman Don Bellamy came out to represent the city and won the ceremonial face-off. The Burnaby Lakers, formerly the Richmond Outlaws, were the opposition. They're in white, and they coughed it up early. And it cost them as Sean Flintoff went in to tie the score at 1-1. He beat goaltender Dallas Elliott in the Laker goal. And despite a Jeff Chalice goal on the next play, he's right by the crease wearing number 5. In his first of 2 goals, the Burrards went down 12-10 tonight as Burnaby got, the Lakers got the hat trick and 3 assists from John Wilson. They win it 12-10.
21 mark, watch number 8 off to the side. That's John Swan. Makes it 1-0. Now this is Grant Hamilton scoring, giving Victoria a 2-1 lead. It was Bob Brown that tied the game earlier, but Victoria now leads 2-1 at the end of 1. This is Alton Davis making it 3-1 into the second period. Looked as though Victoria would go on to victory, but not so. Dan Rodriguez, number 20 for Coquitlam, will eventually tie it. And Victoria had a 10-7 lead in the third period, but then Coquitlam scored 5 unanswered goals during the final 12 minutes. Coquitlam wins it tonight, 12-10. Payless loses to Coquitlam tonight at
wait. This is Ravi Dillon. It'll be number 16. He also had 3 goals on the night. Over the shoulder, Victoria beat Burnaby by a score of 9-8. Burnaby at Memorial Arena. And it'll be Alton Davis leading the team in the first period. And he comes up with his first goal of the night, opening up the scoring early in the first period, giving Victoria a 1-0 lead. Now it'll be Art Webster with a nice pass to Rick Brown. He makes it 2-0 for Victoria, still in the first period. And then Al Turan for Burnaby picks up his first of 4 goals on the night, but it wasn't enough for Burnaby as Victoria's Payless goes on to win it by a score of 8-7. Rick Brown scored the winning goal with 31 seconds remaining in regulation. So Victoria clinches third place in the WLA standing.
And early on, it was the Billies taking charge. Ben Hiltges dropping it off for Jordy Dean, who was in and scoring. Top corner. And the Billies had the lead. Then later in the first, they extended it. Good ball movement around and into the slot for Todd Lorenz. New West was starting to take control, but the Lakers fought back. Second period, some great passing by Burnaby. Russ Hurd finished it off, and Burnaby came back to finish off the Salmon Bellies 5-4. The series is now tied 3 games apiece. Game 7 is tomorrow night in New West out at Queen's Park.
Burnaby took on New West. The winner of the contest would go on to meet the Burrards from Vancouver in the final pick-it-up. It's 1-1. Jordy Dean gets the ball at the point for New West. Whistles one by Doug Zach, the Salmon Bellies. A 2-1 lead. Then some great work by Ben Heltjes. Hustles to the loose ball, picks it up, and while falling down, Big Ben somehow puts the ball behind Zach. What an effort. 3-1 Bellies in the red, white, and blue. Later, Andy Ogilvie. Watch him fake out our cameraman here. What are you doing? Gets the ball to Jordy Dean. It's the old give and go. Dean back to Ogilvie. He sets up, buries the ball behind Zach. 4-1 New West. Burnaby answers, though. On the power play, the ball worked down low to Brian Nikula. That made the score 4-2. And you know what? The Lakers came back to win this game 11-8. They move on to the final against Vancouver. That's a big upset. Hockey.
Vancouver home games in this series will be played in Coquitlam, while the Lakers, who are coming off a huge upset of the defending Mann Cup champion New West Salmon Bellies, they will use Queen's Park as their home floor. So let's go to Coquitlam, where it was Vancouver scoring first. Paul Day out of the corner and scoring, blowing one right past the Burnaby goaltender to make it 1-0 for the Burrards. But a few minutes later, Burnaby ties it back up. John Wilson with a rocket to the top corner, past Dwight Metke. And that made it a 1-1 game. Burnaby actually took the lead for a short time, but again, Vancouver ties it up. Great passing, Rod Jensen to Terry Oram, who bounced one in. And for a while, it was a very close game in the first half or so, but later in the first, the Burrards regained the lead on more great passing. 1, 2, 3. Randy Jones was on the end of that play. That made it 4-3 Vancouver, and the Burrards went on to win Game 1. Paul Day scores 4 times. John Tavares has 2 goals and 2 assists. The Burrards knock off the Lakers 12-6. Game 2 of the best of 7 goes Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, out at Queen's Park.
With the Burrards leading the series 1-0. Highlights, here we go. Burnaby on the power play. John Wilson, a pass to Brian Nicola. Nice move to get free, high over the shoulder on Dave Korovar. That made it 3-1 Lakers. A little later, Korovar is going to come up with a save, rebound, all the way out to Dale Robertson. He gets through a crowd, fires one that Korovar still hasn't seen. 4-1 Burnaby with the score 5-2. Lakers attack again. Wilson starts the play as the Lakers work the ball to Stuart Watson. Stuart finds the net on the bouncer. 6-2 Lakers. They were walking away with this thing, and there was more to come. Again, it's Watson. Cuts in from the left side. Shot and a goal. 9-3 Lakers. They add a few more. Burnaby ties the WLA final 11-7. The Lakers over the Burrards. So Brian Nicola, Al Truant, and Stu Watson each score 2 as the Lakers knock off Vancouver by 4. The best of 7 final is now knotted at 1 game each, with Game 3 going tomorrow night at the Coquitlam Sports Center.